Part two of Claiming Crown Day at Churchill Downs. We have a revenge narrative. We'll have our oops and downs. But Saturday will be an opportunity for redemption. Riders up. Hello, welcome to Billy Ho Sports. Yes, indeed, we'll do a split the pot draw today for $20. So you better stick around to see who the lucky winner is. If you are a subscriber and have left a recent comment, it could be you. So today we're going to kick off part two of the series covering races 7, 8, and 9. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click that thumbs up. Drop a comment to get your name in any future draws. And we're going to kick it off with race number 7. We are going to cover the late pick 5, races 7 through 11. So we'll show you the first 3 legs today, and then we'll give you the final 2 tomorrow. Wrap it up in a tight little bow for that video. So we start with race number 7. Let's take a look. Okay, we are going 1 mile out of the chute for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. We start with number 1, Oops and Downs. Rail Post winning at a 22% clip. This one's 51 morning line. 23% trainer second start. I always liked Dan Ward as a trainer. Probably considered an overlay. The owners made the switch to Dan back in July. He outkicked his coverage, so to speak, with the first after the claim, entering him into a big 72K N1X, and he didn't fare very well. So now we're dropping back down into maybe more of a competitive level for him. Hopefully a ground saving trip from a strong rail post would be the best chance to get this one on the board. But I'm probably not going to make my tickets. Number 2, On My Way to Save the Day. So is Tyler Gaffleone, hopefully, for David Jacobson, who owns and trains this one. He's had his ups and downs since Jacobson acquired him back at the end of April, running locally between Churchill and Ellis, and the Horseshoe, following in every other race pattern where he's run well and then tossed in a clunker, basically. Bad, good, bad, good, bad, good. So if you're following that narrative, he's not up for a good one. But patterns are made to be broken. So he's finished second in 3 of 6 starts with the new barn. We'll see how he does. 15-1 morning line. Got some promising stats. Number 3, Angela's Party Girl, another longer shot, 30-1 morning line. If we were looking for that cutback angle as part of like your strategy of Claiming Crown Day, this one would fit. This one ran right here, the 1 mile distance, which is the one we're going to travel here most recently at Canterbury, was beaten 11 lengths, but then tried a couple of turf efforts and didn't get anything good out of that. Now, this was the one where you ran a mile and a 16th and was just full bore out of the gate, getting the lead here, and just wasn't able to hold on going a mile and a 16th. So obviously the cutback would be the angle, but not for me. Pink Rose presents a good opportunity for value, 12-1 morning line. And a lot of that might be due to the connections being unfamiliar. So coming in off back-to-back wire-to-wire victories at Penn National, going a mile and 70, which is very similar to this distance. Muddy Seal track once, fast track once. So that didn't phase him either way. The mile 70 on the fast track was the one I'm most interested in, considering we're going to have a beautiful 70-degree sunny day on Saturday. So that's really, really great news. But wired to field going at Penn on a slightly heavier surface. So not too bad. What she did well was it was a competitive field. 4 of the horses in that race were under 5-1. Now she was a bit impeded at the break, then rushed up, was caught 4 wide going around the turn. So she had to run longer than the other horses, and she still got up on the lead and coasted to a 3 1/4 length victory. So her front running speed, if that could carry over with not a ton of early speed in this race, could be an interesting play. Number 5, Jubilant Joanne is the Rick Dutrow, the only entry from the Dutrow barn all day. So I don't know if that's meaningful or not. He's getting Irad Ortiz to ride. It's going to be second off the train or second off the claim. The 6 furlong effort at Keeneland was not very good. No impact, and the recent form. So it feels like this horse just maybe forgot what it felt like to cross that winner's circle, because it's been since the early January, or January 20th actually wanted a mile, and then the rest after that had the form just has declined as he's moved up in class and then tried to move back down, but to no avail. So if you think Rick Dutrow's got this one set up, then maybe she's a player, and maybe Dutrow gets her back to that form, but not for me. What If is a 50-1 long shot. Not going to spend a lot of time on that one. 1 for 14 lifetime. Terrible speed figures. We go to Two Hearted, which is not much better. Another one. Fairmount Park, Hawthorne. There's so many others that I like better. So this one, even though it does have some pretty good mile running stats, but not for me. Savannah Marie, 12-1, number 8 horse. She went out to start 2025 with back-to-back wins and then took a significant layoff. So I was unable to find what reasoning behind that was, other than they're pointing to the pointing to the claiming crown. I don't know why they wouldn't have raced and made some money with this horse and ride that form a little bit. So you know how hard it is to get information on Sierra Leone and fierceness. How hard do you think it is to find information on Savannah Marie? So comes back at Keeneland, mile and a 16th, looks terrible. Um, so second off the layoff, 3 out of 9, which is pretty good for the trainer. This one is different. She uncorked in that May 10th effort at Churchill Downs. It was a really good race. So if she can find that form coming back, then she will be dangerous. Number 9, Sadie the Goat. I originally took a hard look at this one for the win, and just nothing but miles. I mean, obviously I did, because you look at the eye popping stats here with Chavez aboard, and that's, you could count them off. That's six straight wins at a mile, folks. But the thing about Thistledowns is that these 1 mile races are run 2 turns, so it is a different configuration than going the 1 mile out of the chute. So I think that is going to be good opportunity for a horse that should attract a lot of money with that much, eye-popping wins going on there. But you can see 0.05 favorite. That's just ridiculous to be that kind of a favorite. But so like I said, the change in venue for one, different track, and the configuration, the 1 turn mile, good opportunity to go against on this one. Number 10, Beau Soleil. This is the Asmussen barn. Claim for 10K, Steve did in August. Pair of sprints, recent win at 6.5. Does have a win at Churchill going a mile down here, right here, just after the claim for the Hess barn. Then bad race, good race. That's how they are. Put him in for 10 and double dipped, cashing in on it right here. Was claimed for 10,000 and then got the purse money. So he's probably feeling pretty good about that endeavor. Now it's up to Steve Asmussen to get this one right. Definitely did well in the Remington Park race, but I don't know the drag configuration at Remington Park and different things taking money. Eric Asmussen up to ride. I'm not the biggest fan, so I'll pass on that one. This one I do have a lot of interest in. Number 11, Next Girl. Next Girl, late runner who has both dirt and turf starts, both successful. This 1 mile victory right here at Colonial is pretty significant. Gets up by a neck and then tries the turf for a mile. Fares pretty well there, and then goes back to the dirt for the 7 furlong Maryland Millions distaff, going 7, and was just in over her head pretty much in that one. So the class drop, which is an angle to play for Claiming Crown Day. Jockey upgrade, most definitely, to Jose Ortiz. Number 12, Like a Rolling Stone. Pretty good efforts recently. 1 mile at Aqueduct. She just missed by a nose after a brief lead in the stretch drive. On a 10 race losing streak, and the trainer's stats in all the categories suboptimal. So I'm going to give this one a pass on the Rolling Stone. Mercy Warren is worth a look. Brian Hernandez aboard. Welcome back, Brian Hernandez. He did ride a winner yesterday. He looked pretty good. I think just getting back into the routine. I believe he's got a few mounts today, a few mounts tomorrow. So by Saturday, he should be pretty comfortable. Once again, a big threat. So Mercy Warren is a front runner, showing pretty good form for Joe Sharp. Since Sharp claimed him back in 2024, 2 wins, 2 seconds in 7 starts, 3 race win streak, and a 3 race slump streak on top of one another. And then back to the winning ways at Saratoga, going a mile. And like I said, just missed by a neck under Paco Lopez, just missed by a nose. So a couple of tough beats in the last couple of races there for this one. But I think the outside post for a front running type is going to be a tough ask. Number 14, Lucky Anna, is a complete toss. So that's going to round out the field for this race. For me, it comes down to the pace. So if Pink Rose, the number 4 horse, can get out on a comfortable front running pace, could be tough to catch. I consider that one a value play, but I am going to go number 11, Next Girl, for the win. I think that it's a good spot to catch a closer gaining ground late. So we'll go number 11 for the win. I'm going to use the 4, 5, 6, and 9 in the exotics. And this was leg 1 of the pick 5. So we're going to go 4 and 11 on the first leg. So now let's jump over to race 8 5.5 on the turf. Take a look. All right, we're going to go with the number 1 horse, Speed Figures. Kelly Breen trains. Irad Ortiz up. Claimed for 22 back in July and turned around and won at 5.5 furlongs at Monmouth. Another good Monmouth effort. Second place finish on the front running. Very excellent early speed in this one, and probably just a little bit too hot, which was probably what got him beat. Different jockey, so that's probably understandable. Then goes to Toledo for another second place win, maybe just a little bit too fast on the pace as well. Now switching to Irad Ortiz, who's going to give this one a fantastic ride from the one post, can utilize that early speed to take that inside rail. So 6-1 is good value on the morning line. Speed Figure is going to be somewhere on the ticket. Number 2, Spoke, claimed for a mere 7,500 back here in this state bred. Second place finish, and then turned around and got the win going 5 furlongs. So this one just has gone nothing but 5 furlongs at Indiana Horseshoe and has some good results. So maybe the added half a furlong might be good for this one. So you could probably take a shot in the underneath exotics. Going to be moving up in class for the next start, so I'm probably not going to have a piece. And then you got Soshua Summer, Vic Barbosa, Luis Saez aboard. Claimed this one back in May. 3 straight second place finishes, 4 straight second place finishes if you include the last with the last before the claim, but just missed by a neck, and 2 going all weather to the turf and then back to all weather for another second place finish. So going to be stepping up in competition a little bit here. Luis Saez up definitely gives this one a better chance. So wouldn't fight you on using this one. Now number 4, Frosty View. This one looks much the best. If you ever look at Equibase, I'm going to stop just for a minute. If you ever watch or look at Equibase for your entries, or I don't trust their speed figures. I don't think the speed figures are all that accurate, but they introduced a new rating system. So every time you pull up a horse's name, you're going to see a little number up there. So just kind of like this one is got prime power numbers. It's pretty much the same thing, which I don't know. It's a pretty small sample size right now, but like most of these horses are like 89, 93, 92, 88, 89, 82 in that range. Well, Frosty View is a 103. So that's significant difference. Now, something that they're also starting to do is build a database of past or history, ratings history, which is nice because then you can get like a rolling report on how the horse is progressing. And maybe you don't agree with the figures, but you can still see the figures going up or the figures going down. So I just wanted to point that out real quick. Let's get right back to it. So like I said, Frosty View looks like the horse to beat. I mean, you can see him just banging out left and right, just anywhere from 5 to 7.5 to a mile. Didn't really do a mile, but has stakes experience, even though it's state bred. Won by 6, Blair's Cove, 50K. That's strong at Canterbury. Then goes to a different venue at Hawthorne, goes a mile, almost takes it to the distance, but probably just a little bit too hot on the early pace. And then obviously the drop to 5.5 was just what the doctor ordered for this big 130K N2X 95 speed figure. Abel Cedillo wheeling right back. That's a race at Keeneland. So very classy. So that's all you see in a nutshell there. This one's going to be a very strong win candidate on the front end. Now, these front runners can be caught at 5.5 furlongs just because they're out on the lead. You wouldn't think 5.5 furlongs would be tough, but it is. So final verdict. This one was, like I said, in comparison, 96 rating. 0 for 6 in 2025, 4 third place finishes in the 75K optional claiming range. Lots of 5.5s at Saratoga, which is tough enough. And some good finishes, just missed by a neck in the July 5th running, then a third place, a 5th place. So has some good results coming in. Tyler Gaffleone picks up the mount. But the good stat about this one is the 22 lifetime, the 10 third place finishes. So basically, I'd be looking for a trifecta filler to use on that end for final verdict. 9-2, it's kind of, I'd say, an underlay, so to speak, for those kind of odds, which, with Tyler Gaffleone on board, you never really know. Number 6, Shape Note. Jose Ortiz picks this one up for Mike Maker. A win at Churchill Downs, runner-up at Keeneland at 6 furlongs on the dirt. does have 3 wins and 6 starts on the turf in the past history. So dirt to turf, 11%, not very good. Maker is capable, but it's really not that great a clip. Strong connections. People are going to know Mike Maker, all-time winningest trainer in the claiming crown. Jose Ortiz aboard, so likely to get extra betting support here. So I'm probably going to try to play against for the win, but I would definitely be looking at underneath for exotics. Number 7, Chrysler, won at 6.5 on the synthetic, 5.5 on turf. The form tailed off every time the class went up. Was beaten badly in the Kentucky Downs preview at Ellis, dropped down to 25K at Colonial. Hasn't regained that early season spark, but if you feel like that he will, then maybe take a look. But a pair of Bullet Works coming in, which is encouraging. So maybe the horse is getting its groove back a little bit. So keep that on your radar for maybe just a long shot flyer exotics type play or something like that. Number 8, Pinfire is a player, 7-2 morning line odds, coming off a win at Keeneland, going 7 furlongs on the dirt. Red hot dirt sprinter, so I'm a little suspect on the switch over to the dirt. 1 for 1 and drops to a win. But anyway, a horse that's running this well on the dirt, even Churchill Downs dirt, you can see he only has 2 starts on the turf with 1 second place finish, but lots of good results on the dirt. Going back down here to the bottom too, going 7 furlongs. So not really sure what prompted the move to the turf. Maybe something they saw in training, but I'm going to reserve for exotics only, if that. So next couple, not going to have a lot of interest in. Chiringo, 30-1, 1 for 11 lifetime. Didn't take long for Linda Rice to cut this one loose. After she claimed it, Linda Rice claimed it for 40K, and then was like, don't like it. Put it in for 20 and got second place. Didn't get the double dip. Got a little bit of purse money and half the amount of claims. So recouped some of that loss, but that one's a toss. Vinsanity's a toss. If you remember me talking about the 103, the 89, 93 ratings, Vinsanity got a 70 on the Equibase, and none of the speed figures look good. Poor turf record for the trainer. No shot in my book. Bad beat, Brian, is Steve Asmussen. We got to give this one a look. 12-1, interesting play. Claimed this one back in August. A second place finish in an N3X. Also a great rally for third in a 250K stakes at Remington. That was a really good effort. Just ran into this Jackman's ride these last 3 races, it feels like. Now, this race, I'm obviously forgiving the $20,000 allowance race. There were only 3 horses in that race. And if you see Inside and Bothered and came up empty, it just, a lot of times these 3-horse races, the pace is just all wonky and everything like that, only going 5 furlongs. So we're going to stretch out in distance and get to a track he's a little more familiar with, even though the record's not all that great. So that's one I'd keep an eye on. Fluid situation. Passing on this one. Low speed figures, beaten by a weaker. Trainer's only 8% on the turf. Jamie Torres, really poor record. So we're going to be tossing that one. Now, High Front is the first alternate entry who could very well draw in. So I would definitely look closely at this one if he does. 15-1 morning line has the highest speed figure at the distance today, also dropping in class. So I think that this is going to be a pretty good one to look at coming off the Kentucky Downs second place effort, which was pretty strong and just faltered in the 5 furlong. Maybe came back a little too soon. I'm not really sure. I know that's plenty of time off most of the time, but could be just in over his head. So the class relief's definitely going to do some good. So for race number 8, we are going for number 4, Frosty View. We're going to eat a little chalk in this one. Frosty View for the win. And doing a trifecta key. So key the 4 on top. Use the 1, 5, 6, 8, and 11 is I think where I'll go there. I might do a little more handicapping on that to see if I can find some bigger prices in there. But we're singling the 4 in leg 2 of the race. So that moves us into race number 9, 7 furlongs on the dirt. But before we do that, let's go ahead and do that split the pot draw right now. Just to clarify on the draw, we're going to spin the wheel twice. So the first one that comes up is obviously the split the pot winner. They'll have until noon on Saturday to contact me at my email address, which I'll give you on the other side. Then the second name that comes up on the spin is going to be the first alternate entry, and they will pick up the prize if the winner does not contact me by noon Saturday. So spin that wheel. Congratulations, David Trudell, 51-54, this week's winner of the $20 split the pot bet. And also shout out Mr. Big Ed G. You are that first alternate entry. You guys are both familiar past winners. And just reach out to me at my email address, BILLYAH35@yahoo.com. Noon Saturday deadline to reach out. Let's move on. Race number 9. So we are going 7 furlongs on the dirt. We're going to start with number 1, Papa Yo. Chris Hartman, Tyler Bacon. Draws the one post, catbird seat. 24% winning rate. Trainer is pretty good, 18% route to sprint. This one has shown a late kick in the past. The race at Keeneland was just a disaster. Complete bounce or whatever. I'm not really sure what happened in that race. Maybe just a little bit too classy. But anyway, he has shown late kick in his last 2 starts at Churchill Downs. Also, very important angle to consider is success at Churchill Downs with these claimers is that he's 4 out of 5, 4 wins and 5 starts at Churchill Downs. So that's something to definitely keep in your mind. Mia Comet is next up. Pop for a pair of second place finishes after the claim, one of which 6 furlongs on the Churchill Downs dirt. Beaten 5 lengths in that one. Trainer has a really good ROI on dirt sprints if you're interested. You can see dirt starts, dirt sprints, plus 419, plus 396. That's pretty strong. Definitely a negative ROI on the return. He's 0 for 9 coming off the layoff. So I wasn't going there anyway. Just thought it was interesting enough to mention. American Outlaw, another one being ridden by Kristen Torres. So not much interest in this Norm Cassie entry. Speed figures pretty poor. Jockey struggling. I think he's still living in daddy's shadow as far as Norm Cassie's concerned. I know he's built a strong barn on his own, but I never really have had much success tailing his horses. So I'm going to pass on this one. Souls is the next best chance probably to get out front and try to take it to the house for this one. The trainer excels with sprinters. Returning from a brief layoff in May, went off 4 sharp efforts. Parks, Delaware, and Monmouth, winning 3 out of those 4. You can see right here before the layoff coming back at Delaware, which was just a complete backup. I mean, maybe just got out too fast and something happened to him along the way, I'd say, because once they hit the stretch drive, he just flat quit. So not a good sign for that one. But if he rebounds, 12-1 is a pretty nice price. So keep that in your mind. Then you have Twirling Troilet. Anyway, I'll forgive the sloppy track effort at Keeneland. Previously got a nice 9 furlong win at Churchill after the failed turf try, but the recent speed figures are lagging behind the main contenders. So I'm going to toss Lemon Drop Shots, another toss. Bit of a stretch. Lesser company. The speed figures are below par. Beaten by previous horses that are in this race, like the last horse I just mentioned that I'm tossing, beat this horse. So tossing on that one. My Noble Knight definitely in play for Tom Amos. Gets Ired up, taking over, or Jose. I'm sorry, gets Jose up for the second straight time. Never raced at the 7 furlong distance, mostly doing the route thing. Above average speed figures, definitely up toward the front, and a good across the board, really. So good record in 2025, 8 starts. So has 3 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. Trainer is 23% beaten favorites, 18% with sprinters. So 21% route to sprint has to be respected too. So all those things on a familiar trainer who's off to a pretty good start so far, got 2 wins and a second in his 9 entries. So my Noble Knight, Oppressor, is going to be in there. Now this one, if the pace doesn't set up properly for these, because there's more late speed than early, takes charges milling. Tyler Gaffleone aboard. This one does like to get out front and go. Second in the last race, sharp 4 furlong workout, was nailed at the wire by just the nose, earning that 91 speed figure. Solid. That was the first trip for the new trainer, and claimed and flipped, claimed and flipped, claimed and flipped, and the horse has made nearly $80,000 this year, so well worth the price of admission. So that's why I likes this one. Freedom Stance, not so much. New Claim, Young Barn, uh, did win at a mile by 6 in the last start in October at Delaware. That was the one that claimed. So nice job by Sillyman, who gets the 25 grand for the tag plus the purse money. So gets that horse off his books and with a nice tidy little profit. So, and I do believe he secured 4 wins. Like I said, speed figures a little bit below average. I don't think this one's going to be paying off just yet for the new barn. So we'll pass. Global Sensation 10-1. This one is pretty good. 7 starts on the Churchill Downs surface, has 3 wins and a second. Most recently went 6.5 on September 18th. Was pinched in at the start, so probably could give you a little bit of a pass on that. Ran into some good pace, so just wasn't able to make any kind of ground up. Just a mile gain to 4th place. I just didn't get there on this one either. Now we're getting toward the closers that are going to be affecting this race outcome, in my opinion. Gilmore is interesting. 4-1 option. Joe Sharp, Luis Saez, 2 out of 6 at Churchill. Ran a mile last out for 20K. Didn't show a whole lot, but the prior efforts are really solid. Right in here, Saez has 3 straight mounts where he almost pulled off the trifecta there. A pair of wins at Churchill, or a win and a second at Churchill, excuse me, during that stint. So highest speed figure at today's distance. And yes, the next horse we're going to talk about, Gilmore defeated right here in this mile and 16th. So we are backing it up to 7 furlongs and only going 1 turn. So I will caveat that. Keen Cat. So this one is the most interesting one. And this is where I saw it said at the beginning of the show, the revenge narrative. So down here in last year's edition of the Claiming Crown, he got up and missed by a head to Like a Salt Shaker at 16-1. Disappointing loss. And I believe that's been sticking in Randy Morris's crawl ever since then. He came back right back after that at the same distance in December to get it done. Then a slight dip, but a nice win. Good start to 2025. Second by a head, second by a nose. That's what happens a lot of times when you have closers that maybe they just don't get there in time if the pace doesn't set up. But if the pace is there on this one, King Cat's all set up to win this race. Brian Hernandez is back. He's looking good. And so he should be able to ease the horse into a good position. And I'll trust he'll ride. And maybe if he gets that inside rail, he's going to bust him. If he can get the inside rail going down the stretch, you can definitely put this one up toward the top. So 13 Nation didn't start racing until the middle of the 4-year-old season. Irad Ortiz gets to ride several races before the maiden breaker. Pair of good sprints at Del Mar. 7 furlong distance does seem to be the spot. If they have found this to be the correct spot, since he's 1 for 1 going that distance, then we got us a good value play. This is yet another closing horse, so it's going to be a lot to deal with going down the stretch with these 3 horses right back to back to back. Okay, unlimited potential. I'm getting off my train of thought here. In the money in all 5 starts. The distance 0 for 2 at Churchill. Moderate to slow fractions, yielding late. You would think that logically that this would be a good spot for a cutback. You can see that fell apart in the stretch right here. So do you think Catermancy is going to be setting this up? And like I said, rounding out the card here, Morris has set this race up perfectly for King Cat. He's my pick to win. Now, I will use on the ticket the verticals take charge milling, the number 8 horse, because if this is soft pace, that one could shake loose on the lead and be awfully tough to catch. And then I just spread in the exotics with 14 horses in the field. I've got 1, 7, 8, 11, and 13. So you could do a key box with King Cat, or you could do like a 2 over 3 over 4 type trifecta. But I am spreading on the leg 3. Now I may make adjustments come to video tomorrow, but right now I'm going 7, 8, 11, and 12. just to spread around a little bit because we've already got a single and a deuce out of the first two legs. So we've got a little room to breathe here. So that's the video so far. Be sure to check back Saturday for adjustments. You can actually check back with me tomorrow when I run races 10 and 11 and finish out this pick 5 ticket for any adjustments there as well. So that's going to be part 3 in the series. Don't forget to sub to the channel. Drop that comment to get into the future split the pot draws. Winners hit me up noon Saturday deadline. Let's hit that 3,500 mark. We're just sitting here idling right now. Hit the gas pedal, vertical pedal on the right. Do it. Click the like button on your way out. See ya.